Hi, welcome back to Sparkle's Kitchen. This is Ellen and we're going to be making a simple syrup today. So I've been making a lot of mocktails this summer, 3 more months until this little guy comes out and can drink real cocktails. So in the meantime I've been experimenting with some fun other things to try. So homemade simple syrup, it is so simple that you'll be amazed. You can flavor it however you want. I'm just going to make the basic simple syrup, but you could put a sprig of rosemary in it, you could put mint in it, you could put any sort of flavored oil that you like in it. So it's really versatile, it's super easy to make, and you can make as much of it or as little of it as you want. So the basic recipe is 1 part sugar, 1 part water. I'm using organic cane sugar, but I will confess in other times when I didn't have any, I've just used plain Domino white sugar and it came out just fine. So in this case, I'm going to take a cup of my cane sugar. Note with the cane sugar, your simple syrup will come out with more of a brown caramel color because the sugar itself has more color to it, as you can see. So just something to note. It's not, either way works, but just know that if you're looking for a really clear simple syrup, you probably want to go with the white sugar. So that's 1 cup of the sugar, 1 cup of water, and then we're just going to put that on the stove on a medium-low setting. And I'm going to stir it all up. I've got a wooden spoon that works really well for this, and just get everything dissolved. So you can see we're just starting to dissolve some of the sugar in the water. So we put in 1 cup sugar, 1 cup water. We're going to get out of that about 1.5 cups of simple syrup. So just keep in mind if you're going for a certain volume of simple syrup, it's not going to be exactly what you put into it. It's going to cook down as the sugar dissolves. So you'll wind up with about 1.5 of what you put in. Alright, it's been about 5 minutes and we've got our sugar dissolved, so I want to show you what the boil looks like, where you really want to kind of stop the boil at a nice low simmer. So this is exactly what you want to see. It's just a nice low boil, and you can see that the liquid is a little colored but clear. So all your sugar is dissolved. That's exactly what we want. So I'm going to go ahead and turn this off, and then we're just going to let it cool. You don't want to do anything with it until it cools down to room temperature. So we'll just let it sit here, let it cool, and then we'll bottle it up and put it in the fridge. While our simple syrup is cooling, I'm going to use the last of the syrup that I have to make my favorite summer mocktail. So this is, again, a really simple recipe, easy and quick to make. So you can see I've been keeping the simple sugar just in a sports bottle, a clear sports bottle in the fridge. So we're going to start with 1/8 of a cup of the simple syrup and 1/8 of a cup of lime juice. And I have purchased lime juice from concentrate in a large bottle that I keep in the fridge. This would be really good with fresh lime juice, but sometimes during the week you come home after a long day at work, you just want a mocktail, and it's really nice to have some of the pre-prepared stuff. So I'm an advocate of the fresh lime juice. I'm just realistic and practical for the ladies out there who want to drink these in the summer. It's easy to just come home and use the pre-made stuff. So I have 1/4 of a cup measuring cup here. So I'm just going to use the very last of my simple syrup, fill it up halfway, and then I'm going to top it off with my lime juice. So that's a total of 1/4 of a cup, half simple syrup, half lime juice. In my glass, I'm going to start with a sprig of mint that I just picked from our herb garden. So I've used, before we really got the herb garden going this year, I used all different kinds of mint, store-bought, and we had a couple different mint varieties in our garden. So they're all good. There's really no science to it. They all work. It's just what you prefer. You can pick as big a sprig or as little of a sprig as you want. The key with any of them is just kind of work it a little bit, put it in your hands, get some of that flavor. When you smell that nice minty flavor, you know that your mint's ready. So this smells great. I'm just going to pop it in the bottom of my glass. I'm going to go ahead and add my simple syrup and lime juice. And then I'm going to fill the glass with ice. So that's pretty good. You can see kind of filled to the top, but not overfilled with ice. And then I'm going to top that off with water. You are going for somewhere around 6 ounces of water. But again, I've measured, I've not measured, and I've really found that it comes out great if you just kind of eyeball it with the ice, put in some water, fill it up maybe ½ inch or so to the top of the glass, and that seems to work really well. And then I'm just going to give it a stir. And voila. I'm ready to enjoy my mocktail. It's a beautiful evening here, over 90 degrees, so I hope that you, if you make this at home, you enjoy it as well. And don't forget to tune in, subscribe to the channel, and come back to watch us next time. Thanks!